Hey folks, welcome back to the Darren Harris Podcast. It's your host, Darren, man. It's my 30th episode, y'all. That's right. I done made it 30 episodes. That is crazy to me. That is incredible to me. And I don't mean to blow my own horn, but sometimes you have to, man. That's kick ass, man. Congratulations, bro. On 30 episodes strong. That makes me feel good. And speaking of feeling good, I want to do a quick, fast mental health check. How was everybody's mental health this week? You know, I mean, how was it? Was it good? Was it bad? Did you notice it? You know, were you conscious of it? I mean, you know, did you not care about it? You know, how was it? You know, I hope it was good. I hope your mental health was good. I hope you did whatever you could do for yourself to make your mental health a priority. There's nothing wrong with that. Mental health issues are running rampant now in this country, and more people are suffering from mental trauma, and it is a real thing, man. A lot of people, like I said in a few podcasts ago, a lot of people don't think so, man, but I don't care. I don't care what they think, man. It is a real ass thing. So if you were able to, you know, recognize and do something to help your mental health this week, congratulations and good for you. I hope you continue, and same for me as well. I want to talk about my mental health a little bit, and part of what's happening is the mental health checks are, there's some sort of muscle car outside. It's that fucking energy. There it is right there. Anyway, my podcast is like my talk therapy. You know, I mean, I see a psychiatrist and a therapist. I see a psychiatrist and a therapist every week, sometimes twice each. But my podcast helps. And the reason it helps is because it's just me. You know, it's just me talking about the things that bother me or the things that I feel passionately about. It helps me to begin to verbally articulate issues that I'm facing, like issues of like extreme depression, you know, as opposed to holding everything in and thinking I'm Superman and just going to work and thinking, because that's the way that is honestly, that's how I injured myself, is just putting it away and not acknowledging it and repressing it and just holding it back and not even checking in on it and not looking at it and not seeing if I was okay until one day I wasn't. You know, it's not easy. You know, it really isn't an easy thing to do, you know, to let your heart out every week. You know, and I said to myself this week, I'm going to, you know, I want to talk more about the things that I'm going through. You know, I want to talk with people more about the things that I'm going through, because I want people to, you know, if anybody can relate, you know, if like I said, we can sit down, we can have a conversation. You can, you know, I mean, I want people to be healthy, man. I want people to be happy. You know, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, man, and it's just, it causes me so much stress and anxiety, and it's just hopeless. I just feel hopeless a lot, and you know, this allows me also to write. You know, I used to write, and that was one of the things that my therapist had said, is try and start getting back to the things that you love, that made you you. Try and get back to those things. Try and, you know, because I lost a lot of interest in a lot of things that were very precious to me. You know, like I said, I'm a comedian, but, you know, I've been bouncing off and on stage for years. You know, I've been bouncing, you know, up and down off stage for years. You know, I've watched people that started before me pass me. You know, not to say that I'm jealous of them. As a matter of fact, they're all very good friends of mine, and I wish them nothing but the best of luck. But I sit and look at myself sometime, and I wonder, you know, what happened? You know, why me? You know, what did I do? And it's hard to come up with those solutions. And when you can't come up with those solutions, you begin to feel doubt, and you feel hopeless, and you wonder what you've done wrong, and your self-esteem goes down, and et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, I do my podcast because it allows me to do some of the things that I do love, which one of them is writing, another one of them is talking. So I like doing both. So, for me to do this podcast, it's my honor to do it for everybody out there who chooses to listen. And I thank you every single day that you give me a platform, or you give me an audience for me to share my thoughts and feelings. And, I hope that, I don't want it to be dull. If it is, DM me. Tell me how dull it was or how bullshit it was, and I'll do what I can. So, but, I don't get it twisted, man. There are a lot of extremely tender and, fragile parts of me that hurt every day. My wife and I were sitting down yesterday, as a matter of fact, and, I realized something that was kind of, it was kind of depressing, at the same time. And what it was what I was thinking about is I take the maximum dose of a prescribed medication to keep me from crying all day and to help me focus, help me concentrate. And it doesn't always work. I'm sad a lot. And that's just the facts. It gets to the point where, sometimes I think that everything on earth is doomed. And I shut myself off. I don't want to talk to nobody. And that's not healthy. So, yeah. I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about your mental health. And because, just like my mental health is important to me, your mental health is important to me also. So I really hope that everybody is, like I said, working on their mental state, to bring them to a better place in their life. So God bless you for being who you guys are. You guys, everyone has gone through something. Has gone through something that has made them question who they are, doubt their existence, et cetera, that, a lot of people, man, and I want them to know that the days of brushing those, that type of, I guess, injury you would call it, or that type of, disorder, the days of brushing that to the side are over. You know what I mean? So, all right. I got a shout out. Shout out today is kind of like what, I mean, it's the whole episode really is about the next person I'm going to shout out. And, I think it's crazy for the reason that I got to shout this guy out. And today's shout out I want to give to Takeoff of the Migos. Rest in power, my brother, man. Rest in peace, man. You were young and you did not deserve that. It's just horrible, man. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for not only his family, but for our people, man. We are savages towards each other. This brother died over a dice game, man. We act like savages towards each other, man. And it's so sad. Because we used to be such a loving people, and we used to love our people. We used to love ourselves unconditionally. We used to love ourselves, man. And now all that is gone. So I definitely want to shout out Takeoff of the Migos. Rest in peace, homie. And also Quavo and Offset. My heart and my condolences go out to y'all also because from what I understand, y'all was all family. So, my heart and my condolences go out to you and your family. So head up, y'all. And all of the, I don't know what you want to call it, everything that has happened over the past week, I did manage to find something that was a kind of a bright star, which Today's Dope Shit Award goes to Lena Horne. If you don't know who Lena Horne is, I think she was an entertainer back in the 40s, 50s, or 50s, 60s, something like that. I do remember who she is. She's been on some TV shows that I've seen. She was a great actress. She was a singer, a dancer. She was a triple threat. It was Lena Horne, and she was very, very attractive. Fair-skinned black woman. She was amazing looking. And she got a lot of burn because of that, and she becomes the reason why I'm happy is because, like I said, she becomes the first black woman in history to have a Broadway theater named after her. Go ahead, Lena Horne. That's right, girl. That's right. I mean, I'm not girl, ma'am. That's right, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? I love that. That is. To me, that's dope shit. So, Lena Horne, if you don't know who she is, I invite you to look her up, man. Listen to some of her music. She was, as a matter of fact, I wonder if I don't think I've ever sampled any Lena Horne songs. That might be a pretty good idea. Find me some old Lena Horne and throw it up there a little bit. So, kind of listen to it. But speaking of listening to stuff, today's EarBuzz, again, like I said, man, I'm glad I did listen to it, but today's EarBudz are the Migos, man. I'm 52. You know what I mean? I do enjoy some of their music. I really do. I haven't really bought any of their albums or anything like that, but I do enjoy some of their music. I'm a DJ, so there's a lot of stuff that, they've put out that the beats are just crazy business. So the production is tight, and not for nothing, them dudes, it's like they're all like in sync with each other. It's almost like a mechanical thing. It really is kind of unique. I was able to listen to some songs that I had never listened to before. I listened to a song with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj on the same track. I was like, oh, no fights. But that shit was dope. It was dope. And I really, really did, I just wondered why, man. Why, man? Again, man, we treat each other like savages. We got no respect for each other. No respect for our families. No respect for our kids. It was done by design, but we have to recognize that it was. Not even that. Because we all do. What it is we have to care enough. We have to get down off our own shit enough. You know what I'm saying? I listen to, I don't know, man, close to 20 of their songs. Back to back, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Close to 20 of their songs, back to back, different albums. It was consistent, man. It was consistent. They had some party hoppers. They made feel good music, man. They really did, man. That kid really didn't deserve to die like that, man. He really didn't. And the person who pulled the trigger, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. You've been added to a long list. I guess that list is getting kind of long. A long list of douchebags who have killed talented people for no reason. Congratulations. Now that I've said that, strain of the week, y'all. Today's strain of the week is Gushers. Gushers. I said it like that. It's Gushers. Gushers is it's an indica heavy dominant. It's an indica heavy dominant hybrid. It's got a little bit of sativa. It's I think what did they say the parents were? I think the parents were I think it was like gelato number 41 or 43. I think it's gelato 41. Yeah, I think it's gelato 41 and tangerine kush is what I believe they said that the strain was. And this is according to Leafly. And it definitely has it definitely has some high THC, some very good points. But it did kind of give me a little bit of a headache, but it not enough to make me put it down. You know, I mean, it was kind of dope. It really was. It helped me eat. It definitely helped me eat, and it helped me sleep. It didn't really help my depression or anxiety much. And as far as pain goes, I'm not really sure because my wife and I got sick over the past week while we were out of town at a family's wedding. So I'm not sure if it is contributing to the pain relief at all because, you know, I have, you know, super body aches and pains. So, but I will say, if you do come across it, it is definitely worth getting. And like I said before, I will always tell you something. I'll always give you guys something that you could go out and get. I definitely ain't gonna give you no bullshit. So the Gushers are dope. So if you can get out and find it. I'm not sure which dispensary has it. There was a dispensary down someplace where we were just over the weekend that I picked it up from. So, I wasn't able, I really don't even remember. I suppose I could go home and look at the bag and let you know next time, but I don't really think it's that important. As long as you have the strain name, I think, you guys might be okay. So Gushers, go out and get it if you can. And that was the strain of the week, folks. I'm going to take a couple seconds, go to the bathroom as I do every week. I don't know, what do I? It's like I just drink so much water right before I do my podcast. By the time I get to this point, I just have to pee like a racehorse. So I'm going to go pee like a racehorse. I'm going to pay some bills, and I'll be back in a few minutes. This is the Darren Harris Podcast.
When the leaves start rustling, the pumpkins start plumping, and the scarecrows start crowing, you heed the call of fall. Because you eat, sleep, and drink pumpkin at Dunkin'. So, take your pick of pumpkin with delicious muffins, munchkins, and donuts. And pair them with a classic pumpkin spice signature latte or the ultra-smooth pumpkin cream cold brew, topped with pumpkin cream cold foam. All so you can fall harder. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for staying tuned in, or thank you for joining us if you are just joining me, or thank you for scrolling to this part if this is the only part you wanted to hear. Thank you. Today I wanted to what I really want to do is I want to make a call to action for everybody. Now I do this and we do this, and this is why I'm just so disgusted with us, man. I'm just so disgusted. You know, we are super hypocritical, first of all. Yeah, I'm about to call us out as a people. Okay, we're super hypocritical. The white man is killing us in the streets. The white man is killing us in the streets. The cops is gunning us down by our us too. We killing each other in the streets. What's different? What's different? It's all based in hatred, right? Whether it be racism or just straight up fucking hatred. What's the deal, man? You know what I'm saying? I want to make this call to action. You know what I mean? I want to everybody who is listening, like I said, give me a couple of minutes. Just give me a couple minutes. If you don't agree with me, you can turn it off. You know what I'm saying? But give me a couple of minutes. You know, I want to make this call to action. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have the solutions. I really don't have all the answers to this, but I do know that this shit has to change. And it's got to start somewhere. It's got to change. We got to stop killing each other over dice games and sneakers and dumb shit. We got to stop it. We got to stop doing it. And people are like, well, how do we do it? How do we stop it? Very simple. Start telling on motherfuckers. Simple as that. Start telling on their ass. You see somebody pull a trigger, I don't care if you know him, I don't care if it's your best friend. Tell on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my homie got shot, man. You know why your homie got shot? Because your homie out there shooting people, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you and your homie should do some other shit other than go out and try to figure out how much trouble you can get into. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's ridiculous. You know, Takeoff. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, I wasn't a huge Migos fan, but I did not like their music. But you know, he didn't deserve to die the way he did, man. He caught a stray bullet, man, and that's some coward. You know, and first of all, listen. Let me explain to you, first of all, how dumb this shit is, okay? You got a bunch of grown-ass men, or claiming to be grown-ass men, standing someplace with a couple of dice and some money in their hand, trying to gamble some shit to win some money instead of fucking working. You motherfuckers ain't cool because you out here shooting dice, man. Fuck you. And your fucking dice. And I'll tell you what, I collect dice. I'm a dice collector, and that's the truth. You can ask anybody. I collect dice from Las Vegas, from all the casinos. I collect dice. But I'm not trying to go out and roll them against somebody or trying to win some money off of somebody. I ain't out there gambling. I ain't never been to Vegas in my life. I ain't never thrown no craps in my fucking life. You know, you're out here at some street dice game where most of the motherfuckers out here is armed. Just waiting on somebody to pop off so they could pull out their pistol and be an instant coward. That's exactly what it is. And I'll tell you straight like this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll tell you straight like this. Everybody who knows me will tell you, I don't get down with gun violence. I really just don't do it. It makes me fucking mad. It really does. I don't do gun violence. But I'm going to tell you what. Everybody out here pulling guns and shooting people, just shooting them in the streets and just shooting them just cuz and shooting them. Y'all are the real cowards of the world. You motherfuckers are the real cowards of the world. You're cowards. You're afraid to put your hands up, afraid to get knocked in the mouth, afraid to lose a tooth, afraid to get a bloody nose, afraid to get a black eye, afraid to live the next day, afraid to be embarrassed, and afraid to be looked down upon by your peers who are also idiots. So I'm making this right here a call to action for everybody who's listening to my podcast. If it's 6 people, 60 people, 600 people, 6,000 people, 6 million people, I don't care. I'm going to make a call to action for everybody within earshot of my podcast. Start telling on these idiots, man. Start telling on these idiots. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Start voting out the people who don't want gun reform. Start voting their ass the fuck out of here. Because honestly, this is what has happened. It's in this society. It has become where a firearm is more important to a person than another person. Being able to carry a firearm is more important to a person than another person's life. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it's backwards to me. You know, I mean, especially, I mean, I ain't gonna call no political parties, but you know, these cats who all about their guns all hard. You know what I'm saying? On some out here gun ho for America. You loot, I shoot. All of that garbage are the same people. You know who don't want women to choose things for their own bodies. I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I'm over it. I really am. I mean, you know, I'm borderline. I got a motorhome, but I'm borderline getting a boat and leaving here. You know, at this point, man, and I look all day, man. I look at all, like sometimes this is what I do sometimes. I look at Facebook news, right? And it's not really news, and I get it and I understand. But some of the things, you know, they happened. Like, you know, with Kim Kardashian, I don't give a fuck about that bitch. Okay? I really don't. I'm sorry. You know, everybody's on it. I really ain't. It don't do it for me like that. All that stuff is what our country is consumed with. That is what our people, we are such an image-driven society here in this country that is what we are consumed with. We have so many people trying to be TikTok famous and, want to have a YouTube channel. I'm no different. I definitely want to have a YouTube channel. I really do. I'm a content creator myself. I'm creating content right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? But it's getting to the point where, well, it's been past the point. We look like a fucking joke to everybody, straight up. We look like, the United States, on the grand scheme of things, we over here wilding out on ourselves while China just snuck right by us. And you know what's funny? They're not slowing down. You know what I'm saying? Now, they got some fucked up shit over in their country. They get down on some wild ass practices. But, China is effectively building cities, not towns, not neighborhoods, cities on other continents, other parts of the world. We have sold China a good bit of the United States property. China. Do you think we own land in China? Nope. I'm willing to bet we don't. Our society is warped. It's broken. You know what I'm saying? And there's just got to be something, there's just got to start being something done about it. So, again, I'm making this a call to action. Start telling on these idiots. Start voting these idiots out of office. You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of, it's the midterms. That's the big deal now, the midterms. You know what? Man, I dare you to start voting for people that ain't even on the ballot. I dare you. Vote for somebody with some real ass morals instead of an agenda. You know what I'm saying? Vote for the regular guy. Vote for a guy like me and you. I don't ever want to see another billionaire politician in my life because they can't relate to me. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Now, to continue to address, what happened over the weekend or last week. We need to start getting these idiots off the street. Simple as that. I'm not a cop. I'm not trying to be the cops. I'm not Batman, even though I wish I could be, or, be Batman or Iron Man or somebody like that. That would be kind of dope. But I'm going to make every effort I can. I really am. I'm going to make every effort I can to shout it from the mountaintops. Start manning up, black people, for real. Start getting our shit together, black people, for real. We are so bougie. Bougie. We're so bougie. So bougie that we put each other down when all we're trying to do is get a little bit of stuff ourselves. I've been put down for the way that I talk. You know what I'm saying? By other black people. We have been indoctrinated to hate ourselves. We have been coerced into hurting ourselves. And then they set the shit on autopilot. But you know what happened after autopilot? We took the controls and we kept driving the fucking bus. Right into each other, right into our neighborhoods, right into our families. You know what would piss everybody off? You know what would piss them off, especially the ones who wrote all these books, all these books on how to maintain black people, is if black families started staying together. Wouldn't that just piss some people off? As if we didn't keep killing each other. Yo, you know what? If you listen to me, I want you guys to check out this book. It took a while to find because it's a hard book. It's called The Birth Dearth. And what it's about is how to control, it's population control by race. And it was written by white people, how to keep other races at less of a population than them. and how they could achieve it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't want, and I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm not going to get into that debate, but that's why a lot of people don't really want the abortions, because they want to have that number count. And okay. But then they want to diminish our numbers. I mean, come on, man. Just look back into history, man. All the crazy, heinous things that were done to us, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, the people that we are descendants of. Look at all the atrocities that we have faced, and we are continuing to face these atrocities, but now we are facing them at our own hands. And it is just not right. And I don't give a fuck if you call me soft. I really don't care, but I care, man. I give a fuck about my people. I look around at, and I am a little envious. I'm a little envious of the Latin family that's able to open the bodega on the corner. I am a little envious of the Chinese food restaurant family that are able to feed their family on their Chinese food because they stick together, or the Arab family that went and got the 7-Elevens, or I am a little jealous of that. You know what I'm saying? I am a little jealous of that. Because we can't get organized enough to do it. Do you know, and I did this also, do you know that every ethnicity of food is represented except for ours? Is represented in high regard except for now. And the reason why is because all the powers that be, who are not, me or, at Food Network, have decided that soul food is good now. Why? Because everybody's been eating it and been talking about it for so long that all of a sudden now, just like everything else, they have confiscated and commandeered our culture. And we just gave it to them. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop doing ourselves like this. And that's not even killing ourselves. That's just throwing ourselves under the bus to get in front of them. To please who? Them? Why? What you need their validation for? Well, I don't need their validation. Then why are you killing your own people, man? You know what I'm saying? Because it just seems to me you helping the cause of, the people out there that's trying to get us anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard, man. It's really hard. It's going to be really hard to know that white supremacists are out to get, not only white supremacists is out to get us, but we out to get us too. And the police. That's crazy, right? The white supremacists hate us, out to get us, trying to form their little militia against us. We killing ourselves like crazy all over the country for dice games and colors and dumb shit like that. And the police are killing us. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting killed. It's all right to kill. It's all right to kill black men. It's all right to kill black people. It's just all right for black people to kill black people. For people to just treat us. I mean, is this what we signed up for? Was this our lot in life? Was this our future? I guess so. Here we are. I would do anything to go back to the time where all this stuff that has oppressed us, all this stuff that was designed to keep us in a particular place, I would die to go back to where these things were being conceived and who were conceiving these things. Because I'm going to tell you what, if you could go back, like if we was the Avengers and we could go back in time, you know what I mean, and snap our fingers and get rid of half of these motherfuckers, man, call me Thanos. Snap these motherfuckers out of existence. It's crazy to me, man. I mean, really, if we could get, those people, not every people, and I'm going to tell you this, it's not all white people. It ain't. It really is not all white people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of white people disgusted with that shit too. Motherfuckers like, really, man? Still? Man, come on, man. You are giving us a bad rap. Listen, I got this thing, man. Listen to this. I'm not gonna play it. I mean, I'm not gonna play it because I don't know about the copyrights, and I don't want to get on no copyright bullshit with no fucking racist. But there was a commercial. There was a commercial, about Joe Biden has abandoned white people. He said that blacks, Kamala Harris said that black people should get hurricane relief before whites. It's crazy, man. I think it was either on TikTok or either I'm not sure. I can't remember what platform it was on, but man, I sent it to as many people as I could. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Just the blatant and obvious racism for us. And now, like I said, you couple that with a fucking dice game in the hood, and we killing ourselves too. They hate us, we hate us, and the police hate us. Huh. Ain't that wild? The white supremacists hate us. We hate us. And the police hate us. I mean, Atlanta is wild. Everybody talk about, it's the chocolate city. It's thriving. Motherfuckers still killing motherfuckers like crazy in Atlanta. Just like they kill motherfuckers like really crazy in Chicago. But the thing about Atlanta that I'm going to tell you what I don't like about Atlanta. And I'm sorry if you're from there, and I'm sorry. I don't mean anything against you personally. I just, every time that I've been there, I've just gotten this vibe from there, and I'm just not a fan of it. And the vibe is if you got a little bit of money, if there's a little bit of money, then you're bougie. You're better than this one. And you walk around like that. You walk around like your shit don't stink. And I'm sick of all these fake ass Instagram models. Drake had a great line. I don't want to hear about you modeling unless you've been in Vogue. Word. For real, man. I'm sick of that shit, man. But you know what fuels it? Perversion. Motherfuckers just want to fucking look at ass and titties. But these bitches are smart and they put their ass and titties out there for everybody to look at. And okay, whatever. But what you showing your children, man? My father showed me get up and go to Eastside High School and work every day, come home. My mom showed me work hard every day, keep your house clean, stay humble, and be nice to people. What are the parents of today in the hood? What are the parents of today teaching their children? They teaching them how to TikTok, how to cuss motherfuckers out, how to become substance abusers, et cetera, how to be disrespectful, how to disrespect each other. That is what the youth is seeing. I mean, you go to the hood all the time. How many times you been to the hood and you just seen somebody, this motherfucker like 8 years old, this little nigga like 8 years old out there cussing somebody out? Psh. Yo, bro, you 8. You out here, you out here like you got kids yourself. That shit is wild to me. And the reason why is because their parents don't care. Their parents do not care. I am fortunate and I am blessed. I have 2 very good sons. You know what I'm saying? And I love my boys, but that's another thing that I'm just overly concerned about. And that gives me such great anxiety and it gives me depression because it's almost like I can't do anything about it. I got these sons that are coming up, right? They're two beautiful black men. You know what I'm saying? Well, they're biracial. You know what I'm saying? I have 2 beautiful children. And I don't want nothing like that to happen to them. Just for them being someplace or somebody being jealous of them. I had a cousin, man. I really don't want to even get into it. I had a cousin, that was, God rest his soul, you know what I mean? Because some dude liked his girl, man. And some of his friends, they jumped my man, they jumped my cousin, they beat him. Why are we doing each other like that, y'all? I mean, when are we going to have enough of it? When is everybody going to say, listen, brother, I love you, man. We need to come up out of this. Chicago, man. I mean, what the fuck, y'all? Y'all hate each other that much? Y'all fighting over some that don't even belong to you. This block don't belong to you, motherfucker. You don't own nothing on this block. No property, nothing. You don't own a condo, nothing. You don't. But y'all out here, oh, this is my block. No, it ain't. It belongs to the city of Chicago. If you really want to get technical about it, you don't own anything. Just like, these cats down here in Miami wilding out. Motherfuckers up in New York starting to wild out again. Out in L.A., they've been wilding out for years. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. The killing people shit is just getting too old to deal with. It's getting too cumbersome for, not just our culture, but many other cultures to deal with. But I'll tell you what, these other cultures, they don't care. These other cultures, they don't care because it does not immediately affect their culture. You know what I'm saying? We're the only genre. Hip hop is the only genre of music that is okay with disrespecting black people. Black people disrespecting black people. Black people murdering other black people. Black people taking other black people's women or encroaching upon their territory. Taking from another black person. We are the only people who do that. Why? People, that's what I see in the streets. Motherfucker, you ain't never seen nothing good? Can't rap about nothing good, bro? Other than getting some pussy and drinking and hanging out and smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? You can't give nobody some real food? No. You know why? Because the record labels won't deal with them. Then you know what? Fuck those record labels. But you know what, though? I'm really glad that independent music is really taking off because people are now really able to put out their music the way that they want and say the things that they really want. But the backhand of that is, there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate music also. It just is. There's hate music towards ourselves, hate music towards other people. It's just hate music sometimes. And I just want, hip-hop didn't start out like that. It was a peaceful thing. It was Cool Herc, 1520 Cedric Ave, playing breakbeats. You know what I'm saying? That's how I started, man. And it was a good time. It was a good feeling. People was on some get down with it. You know what I'm saying? I was there. It was great. I was part of it. I was a young rapper, Magic D. You know what I'm saying? I loved it, man. My boys loved it. We battled other guys, and after we battled them, man, we shook their hands. We took their numbers down, man. We wanted to get down with them because they were good too, man. But somewhere along the lines, it turned into, your raps is garbage. You know what I'm saying? And so is your mother. And I'm going to take your girl. And I'm going to shoot you in the head. And I'm going to fucking sell your sister as much drugs as I can. It's crazy, man. And we are the ones that are doing it now. We are the ones that are the cattle. Well, they were the cattle. We are the one that are continually perpetuating it. It's like, it's just like the earth. The earth is spinning, and now we're just spinning like the earth. It doesn't seem like there's any stop in sight. And that's why, a lot of reasons that I have depression and anxiety is the state of the world. I have bad anxiety about it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And I'm sorry to tell y'all that, and I don't care if you turned it off now, but the world is scary to me. I don't want to leave my house. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to go to the store. I know everybody, and it's hard to walk around knowing that, one of these people out here is holding a gun and they could kill me for dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? People too quick to grab these guns, man. People are too quick to grab a gun and take a life. That is a powerful thing, but they wheel it around like it's a toy. And they gift them to children. And that right there is the dumbest shit in the world. To give a child, a minor, without any kind of, formal training. I'm not talking about training by your daddy. I'm talking about formal training with a firearm. They just go into Walmart, buying a gun, and here you go, Junior. That shit is wild, man. You know, there's countries where the citizens aren't armed. Now, do I want guns to be taken away? Maybe not. You know, there does need to be some sort of regulation, though. There does, you know, and I've talked about this with, you know, a guest a couple times, gun reform, and you know, I don't want to get back into gun reform because, you know, I really want to continue to talk about, you know, what happened to my man with the Migos. But it needs to happen. So, and what happened the other night is one of the reasons it does need to happen. You know, there needs to be some sort of something, some sort of accountability for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? On a state level. You know what I'm saying? Who neglected to get this guy, you know, proper training? Oh, yeah, you get 5 years in jail, motherfucker. Maybe that'll learn you. But I'm saddened. You know, I'm saddened. I'm saddened by, you know, this talented brother did not have to die that way, man. He was talented, man. And he was a nice guy. He was a nice dude, man. I mean, come on, man. I mean, granted, everybody ain't nice people, man. You know, everybody, you know, some people are there's a lot of dickheads in rap. There's a lot of arrogant, narcissistic douchebags in rap music today. Yes, I said it. And I don't care. Call me. I'll tell you in your face. But even that mentality's got to stop. You know who had the best energy in hip hop, you know, I think? Heavy D. Heavy D had the best energy in hip hop because not only was he, you know, a smoking hot rapper, all he did was preach love for his people, man. I wish we could get another Heavy D. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really wish we could get another Heavy D because I just loved his music. I just loved his message. You know, all of his songs, you know, they were heartfelt. They were for his people. They were for the plight of his people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, and not for nothing, Heavy, even though he rapped, you know, different than a lot of the dudes, nobody ever looked down on Heavy. Not Rakim, not Big Daddy Kane, not KRS-One, nobody. How you looking down on Heavy D? I don't think anybody ever tried to battle Heavy D because the brother was just a good brother. God rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? So this is a call to action. I'm going to say it again. This, folks, is a call to action for everybody who's still listening. For anybody within earshot of my voice, this is a call to action. Everybody out here wheeling with these guns, trying to be gangster and all that. Start telling on these fools, man. They ain't gangsters, they idiots. Start telling on these fools, man. Or else you just as responsible. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, we are, all of us, we are responsible for getting this under control. You know why? Because nobody else is going to get it under control for us. We are responsible for that. We got to feel that. We got to understand that. We have to internalize that we are responsible for ourselves. But we sit up and we play bougie and we want fake eyelashes and, you know, TikTok and, you know, oh, I'm an Instagram model and we ain't got no ambition to do shit else. Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. I know I am. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, all right, yeah, we came a long way. We did a lot. But you know what, though? We sending our ass right back to the Stone Age. I don't get it. You know, I'm upset. I'm pissed off. I'm sad. I'm hurt because I don't want to be mad at my people. I don't want to be mad at my people, man. Sorry, excuse me. I don't want to be mad at my people. Not for this. Not for this. I'll be mad at your motherfucking ass for dropping the football in the end zone. But I don't want to be mad at you for shooting another black person for nothing. Now, if people come after your family, somebody trying to do you harm, so on and so forth, I get it, man. But if you out at a dice game with a pistol, you asking for it. Simple as that. And, you know, a lot of people, and I had this question myself, you know, Takeoff, you got millions of dollars. Why you in the hood playing dice? Or why you in the hood at some sort of dice game? Why you in the hood? Da 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 da. But you know what, though? It's not even for me to say that because, you know, maybe you got people down there that love him. That's maybe where he feels the most comfortable. You know what I mean? That's for them. You know, we all, you know, think that the ultimate goal is to come get up and get out of the hood, but sometimes it's not for people, man. There's plenty of rappers that stay right deep in the hood. You know what I'm saying? That stay right, is still connected to the hood as they are to the lavish life. You know, cats like Nas. If Nas walked down the street in Queensbridge, come on. You know what I'm saying? Nas is hip-hop royalty. He's got stature like that. You know what I'm saying? So, again, folks, I'm going to keep saying it. This is a call to action. This is a call to action. I'm calling, get up. Get up. Go talk to your husbands. Go talk to your wives. Talk to your kids. Check in on these people, man. Make sure their mental state is good. You know? Check on these people. We have to learn to encourage ourselves. I mean, we was resilient people, man. We really was. But somewhere along the line, we lost the patience for each other. We lost patience for each other. We used to have all the time in the world for each other. We supported each other. We loved each other, man. Like I said, what was we doing back in the 60s? In the 60s, 50s, and 60s, we was in the hood, but we was standing on the corners, harmonizing and singing with each other, man. We was loving on each other. And now we ain't even doing none of that. Everything's a battle now. Got to battle this and battle that. It's always got to be a fucking fight. For what? Why can't it just be some cool shit? You know, some easy, mellow breeze shit. You know what I mean? Some positive reinforcement shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, some positive black affirmation shit, y'all. You know, I am a black person. I am proud to be a black person. I am proud of other black people. You know what I'm saying? Start doing some shit, man. Stop sitting there saying, TikTok, I am a black person. I am beautiful, and other black people are beautiful as well. If we start saying that, I guarantee you, if everybody got up every day and started looking in the mirror every day for a year, every day, it'll probably take less than a year, and get in the mirror and say, black people are beautiful. Just get in the mirror. Black people are wonderful. Just get in the mirror. Black people are special. Just get in the, you know, look at yourself deep in your eyes, deep into your soul. Black people are amazing. And I guarantee you, your love for black people will come back. You know? At least it should. If it don't, you're just a moron. You know, because, I mean, it is. You know, it's just one of those things where we've forgotten to tell ourselves that. We have forgotten to reinforce ourselves of that we are all special. We are all unique. We are a unique people. And we are making ourselves an endangered species. Think about that. There was a news article not too long where down in, I think it was Brazil or South America somewhere, it was somewhere in the jungle, like the Amazon rain, somewhere like that, where the last indigenous person of this one particular tribe, the last indigenous person of this one particular tribe died. This person's his whole race of people no longer exist on the world. No longer exist on the planet. There's not another one. Can't get it back. I mean, it may not seem serious to y'all, but that shit is serious to me. You know, you can't get it back. Those people will never be here again. It's kind of depressing. It's extremely sad. You know, what you gonna do about it? Can't do anything about that. But you know what? We can do something about this. You know how? By telling on people. Tell on these idiots. You think you cool? You got a gun hanging out your back? Tell on his ass. You know what I mean? Come on. We lost so many good people, man. Nipsey, Jam Master Jay the other day was the 20th year that Jam Master Jay got shot. Who is gonna shoot? Why are you gonna shoot Jam Master Jay, man? That's crazy, man. That shit crazy. So, I don't know. I don't know what the solution looks like I said. But I do know that there are people out there willing to help. I know that there are people out there willing to die to fix this. You know, it's a pretty serious deal. We don't think it is because we're still out here fucking TikToking, but this is a big deal, man. We're about to be unprepared for the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you what, I mean, so much bad shit is going on all over the entire planet. It's all over the world, not just here. There's bad shit, like horrible shit going on all over the world. You know, someplace over in Africa, they're doing female castrations, the war in Ukraine. China got these re-education camps or whatever. You know, North Korea on some wild bullshit, shooting ICBM missiles towards Japan, trying to provoke the USA so they could get into a conflict. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a meteor headed this way with our name on it. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's almost what should happen. Because this just went wrong. This little petri dish we in here right here, this one went wrong. You know, this one went horribly wrong. So, this again, folks, is a call to action. It's a call to action to protect yourself, protect your fellow brothers and sisters, protect your family and your friends. This is a call to action to go to the aid of all these people. If you got a homie that's on some shit, you know, that's on that, yo, what's happening? You know, ain't nobody better than me. Click, clack, I'll blow you in the mouth. If you got a homie that's like that, you know, all you dudes out there, like, I challenge you to do this. Ask yourself, why are you like this? What made you like this? Was it the hardships that you genuinely suffered in your life? Or was it the music? Or some other factor? And then ask yourself this question. Is this behavior right? Is it morally right? There's people who go out there and murder people and go buy food for their families with that money that they murdered for and feed their families and then claim that they do for their family. I do for my family, man. Yeah, but you just killed 4 people over some dumbass drug bullshit or some dice. You know? It's wild to me, man. I just can't get it. You know, I don't, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm not going to get it. I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it. I want to fix it. I want to start to fix it. I want to try and fix it. I want to try and fix it. This right here is my attempt at trying to fix it because, like I said, my podcast is for my therapy. You know, and I can only tell, you know, so many people I really don't go anywhere, and I'm really kind of a recluse. I don't associate with a lot of people. And I do have some people that I am friends with, but a lot of my friends are scattered throughout the planet, and I don't see them on a regular basis. So I pretty much keep to myself with my wife, but I'm willing to step out. I'm willing to step out and put this in everybody's mouth. I'm willing to step out, and this is my part. This is me reaching out to as many people as I can. Like I said, whether it's 6 of y'all, 60 of y'all, 600 of y'all, 6,000, 6 million, you get the point. And share, man, please. Like it. Like and share. Like it, share it, spread it around, man. People need to hear. Like it, share it, spread it around. We need to stop. We bugging right now. We are bugging. We are bugging, as my wife would say. Tú estás bugging. Huh. We bugging, y'all. I'm sorry about the little dead spaces, but I just sit back and I just think, there's just so much more. So many more things that I want to address. So many more things I want to talk about. But I don't have that much time, and from what I understand, after 30 minutes, you motherfuckers quit listening to me anyway. So, I want it to stop, man. And if you guys want it to stop also, then like it and share it. If you guys want it to stop, then like and share, man. If you care, then like and share. If you give a damn about your fellow brother and sister, like and share. And if you're not for nothing, if you're white people and you hear what I'm saying, you feel what I'm saying, like it, man, share it. Share it with your people. You know what I'm saying? The best way to get things like this out is for people to just pass it around. Let's pass this around. Let's make this a real call to action on how to fix this, on something. You know what I'm saying? Let's call out, city officials. You know what I'm saying? Let's call them out. What are you doing to help this? A lot of it is, let's put some schools here. Let's put some real grocery stores here. Let's put some real stuff for real people here. Because that's the thing. We never get real shit. I notice, I think I've said this before also, the change in the neighborhoods. There's different names in different neighborhoods. You know that, right? Like different names, and you see different names in the hood than you see in the white neighborhoods. And, in the white neighborhoods, they see names like Edward Jones. You know what I'm saying? Charles Schwab. We got Colonel Sanders and Popeyes. Those are the names we get. Aaron's Rent to Own. You know what I'm saying? Those are the names that we get. We have got to get tired of that. We got to get tired of that because we ain't going to get nothing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what should happen. Maybe we do need to go back to the point where we was on some we have to pull together in order to survive. Take all this bullshit away from us. But that's what it is. Somebody get a couple $1 million, few $1 million, several $1 million, and buy y'all. Now I'm bougie and I'm better than y'all. You know what I'm saying? There's people who got millions, billions, and you can't take it with you. Jay-Z has the ability right now to build a school in every neighborhood in Brooklyn. He has the financial capabilities between him and his wife to build, state-of-the-art schools. Jay-Z, Russell Simmons, plenty of people, but they don't. Why? Because we don't take care of the shit. Because we don't want to listen to nobody. Because we know everything, right? That's what it looked like to me. Some of us want to do good. Some of us want to go to college. Some of us want to be other things besides, an Instagram model. Some of us want to do other shit. But it's starting to get few and far between. It's starting to get few and far between. And we are just increasingly disrespectful to each other for no reason. And it's hurtful. So I'm going to quit. I think I'm going to put it down right here, y'all, because I could keep going. This is something I feel extremely passionate about, something that I heard about all the time, something that I think about, something sometimes that it just consumes my whole brain sometimes. I can't even fathom it. I can't even fathom how we got here. And I can't even fathom how we get out of here. But this is a start, right? So, again, folks, this is a call to action. You know, this is a call to action. To love your brother and sister, man. To love your people, man. This is a call to action for everybody who feels like I do. If you feel like I do, then share this podcast. You ain't got to get up and shout it out to the moon and nobody like that. Just share the podcast so that then other people can listen. You know what I'm saying? And other people, if they feel me, cool, and maybe they can share it. You know, if they don't, erase it. You know, no harm, no foul. You know what I'm saying? So, I love you, black people. You know, Takeoff, I'm devastated what happened to you, brother. And Nipsey, I'm devastated to what happened to you. And XXX, I'm devastated about what happened to you. And this is just too much, man. It's too much, man. You know, it's too much. We're the only genre of music that loses artists in this way. And we don't see a problem with it. All right, folks, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, relationship goals / RV life with the wife. You are listening to the Darren Harris Podcast.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation.
In August 2020, after the death of George Floyd, Bridget Floyd and other family members established the George Floyd Memorial Foundation in support of the Black community.
It's going to take more than just us as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to make a change.
Fight for racial justice for the Black community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the podcast. It's your man, D. I'm sorry I didn't want to get all, sappy and, but I feel strongly about it. So, like I said, like it, share it, pass it on, man. Let's start making some shit happen. So, all right, this week on relationship goals or RV life with the wife, this week we took our very first real trip. I had to drive because she's unable to drive it currently right now. She had to work also, so she worked the whole way down. But we took a trip from North Florida to Central Florida. And we stayed for, I think it was 2 or 3 days, at a RV park in Kissimmee, Florida called Kissimmee RV Park. And couple things. People, great. The actual park, trash. The landscaping needed some help, but like I said, the people were good. The people were very nice. All the people there, they were very, very nice. They didn't accept big dogs, but they accepted our dog. So, that was a plus. So, would I stay there again? Probably not. Unless it was like crunch time or some shit like that. But, for the most part, I probably, pick another place with, some better amenities. But we took our first trip because we had to attend a family wedding. Her cousin got married, and it was great. And I volunteered and shot some photos, which was actually one of the things that, as far as therapy was concerned, that I was encouraged to do, which was get back to things that I love. And one of the things that I love is I'm a photographer. And so I was able to, I used to shoot weddings back in the, back in the days when there was film and no digital. And I loved it. I just loved it. And to actually, be in that environment again was, it was pretty good and reinforced me in a positive way. It made me feel it made me feel better about myself. It just made me feel better about myself. And, I did okay. I mean, like I said, I hadn't taken photos in a while, so I dropped the ball on a few, but thank goodness I'm pretty decent at Photoshop. But I did get a lot of great shots. I took over 1,000 photos. And, it was fun. It was family. It was new family. It was my wife's side of the family. So I got to meet her grandmother. I got to meet all her mother's sisters and, cousins. I got to meet a lot of good people. And they embraced me and pulled me into their family like I was always there. So, shout out to the family. Much, much love and much success and congratulations to you. But we attended this wedding, and the drive, listen, all right, it's already perilous to drive it. It's already perilous as hell. So we tried to leave early in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning. I jumped on the interstate. I had to jump right off at the next exit because I can't deal with the trucks. So the trucks was a little solid. So I stopped, I really kind of just stopped, I got off, stopped for a few minutes, figured out another route, and then I took 441, which is a local highway. It was the highway in Florida before there was 75, which was very cool because it was, like I said, it's a local highway. It goes through all the towns. A lot of small towns, Gainesville, Leesburg, blah, 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 blah. And, I was able to see different things. We saw different stuff. The interstate is just so boring. And it was a lot less stressful of a drive because the speed limit is slower. I don't feel comfortable going over 55 miles an hour with everything I own in my life, including my wife. Not that I own my wife, but, I try and be as careful as possible. It's just not just me in my car. It's me in my house with my wife and my animals and everything. So, safety is definitely something that is extremely important to me. So I made sure that I left at a safe time, which it was, because once we left at 5 o'clock in the morning, and once I got down to the next exit, I got off. There was no traffic at all because it was before rush hour. So I was able to make some pretty decent time and get some confidence driving it, and I pulled it off. And we drove back, and my wife said she wants to drive. She wants to start to drive it. So, we're talking about it. So we're going to maybe pull it up into a parking lot someplace and let her do a couple of circles and let her get comfortable with it so that she can, feel comfortable, driving on some of these roads. The 2-lane is kind of perilous too, where it's just my lane and your lane. I don't really dig that either because, you don't really have, like I said, you don't have a lot of room for error. There's not a lot of space for error, so you really have to be focused and paying attention because you could, slip right over that yellow line really good, really quick. Just as easily you could slip over that white line on the other side as well. So, be careful. And if you're out here doing this, be careful picking your routes. You know what I'm saying? Be careful out there. So, but it was really good for the wife and I because, she had been wanting to travel since we got it. We driving it up here didn't really necessarily count as a trip, and driving it, a couple of weeks ago to the river for a couple hours really wasn't a trip either. This was a legitimate, let's go somewhere, let's stay overnight a couple of days, let's put our feet on the ground so we can say that we have legitimately been here kind of trips. And it was dope. I can't wait for the next one, but we're gearing up. She wants to do, something for either Christmas or New Year. She wants to be on, in another place, someplace cool. We've been looking at, other resorts, to kind of check out. There's a golf resort and then there's a beach resort. There's a few places. So, our options are good and the price is reasonable. So, and don't get me wrong, man. Everybody was like, oh, you live in a motorhome. You must be, no, we bought a straight up used motorhome. Our coach is 18 years old. It is not new. It is not new, but it was very well taken care of by the previous owners. It had 2 owners before us, but it was very well taken care of and meticulously maintained. And, we got blessed with it. So, we are, no, by no stretch of the imaginations are we rich, or any of that. It was something that we did think about as far as, what was going to make both of us happy. And man, we spun the wheel and both of us landed on RV. Dope. You know what I'm saying? So I'm extremely grateful that I have the wife that I have, because I know a lot of wives are just like, you never do that. Oh, you never do that. You know, my sister-in-law, Kimberly, what's up, girl, if you're listening? My sister-in-law, Kimberly, she came to go to the bathroom. Well, she came in to check it out, and her and her boyfriend, Taylor, they came and hung out for a while. And she had to go to the bathroom, but an RV toilet is not like a conventional toilet. There's like a foot thing that you got to use to flush the toilet. Then there's like a little spray nozzle where you use to spray down the rest of the stuff. And people are like, but it's not bad. It's not bad, and it's not bad like it sounds. Excuse me. I'm still a little sick, and that's what happened while we were away. Both of us, we thought we had COVID, but we were at a wedding, hugs and kisses and blah, 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 and people from the airport and people from Puerto Rico and other people from, wherever they came from, not to mention just randomly traveling through the state of Florida. It's no surprise we got sick. I mean, like sick. So I had a pretty bad fever the other day, and, but before that, and this is the crazy thing about it, man. I left right on time because I felt great. When we left, I was like, all right, cool, fine. We went and got a Philly cheesesteak, from a place, and I made it all the way home. And that night, I started feeling like, is this COVID again? And for a minute, man, I really did think it was COVID. I thought it was COVID because I felt horrible very quickly, and it took me down. But I took some Tylenol, broke my fever, laid there, drank some Gatorade, slept for a little while, and a couple of days later, I started feeling better. A couple of days later after that, I started feeling a little bit better. I'm still kind of going through it. I got a little bit of a chest congestion, and, I think my lungs hurt a little bit from coughing. I might have a little bit of bronchitis. I got to, talk to the doctor, maybe go get some antibiotics. But, man, I'll tell you what, for a couple of days, I was down and out. But in the first couple of days, even though she knew that she was going to be sick, she did everything she could to make me comfortable. She did everything she could to make sure that I had everything that I needed. Everything that she needed also, because she knew she was going to get ready for it. So, she prepared for it, but she made sure that I was good. She made sure that I was taken care of. And I'm grateful every day that I found somebody that loves me like I love them. And I wish that for all of you. I wish that for everybody. So, our secret is be honest with each other. Give it to each other straight. Give it to each other straight. Open up and listen. Laugh. Have fun. And remember, it's not always about being right. It's not always about being dominant. You know what I'm saying? Relationships are real fragile things. They start like that, but they end just as fast. And the things that create a relationship that lasts, are just being open. Just being open and being genuine and sincere. If you don't love the person like that, then say that. Just don't sit around and manipulate somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love that person, you don't feel that person like that, say that. Move on. You keeping yourself and that person from they person. You know what I'm saying? I found my person. It's evident because, who else would, ride around in a 30-foot RV with me, with, some special mental health issues and, other things. I feel extremely blessed and fortunate. Like I say, I got a great mom, great wife, great family. My kids, they definitely, they are definitely bright spots. They call, they call me now. They used to not call me at all, but they call and they text and we laugh and we joke and we have our own inside running jokes. And my oldest son lives out in California. My youngest son lives about a couple hours away from me down in Orlando. But coming over the summer, I think I'm going to grab our RV and we're going to grab my youngest son and we're going to drive out and see my oldest son in California and maybe stay for a little bit. And I think it would be I think it would be beneficial for, everybody involved, everybody's mental health, my mental health especially. A lot of this stems from, issues with my children. And, I do recognize that. And I just, I am to the point now where, I want to be happy with the people that are in my life. I don't have time to, be angry at people or hold grudges or, and if the world shows you anything now is you shouldn't hold a grudge against people that you love because they could be gone in a second, man. Takeoff had no idea when he went into that dice game that he wouldn't be coming out. No idea. You know what I'm saying? The relationships, people. The relationships. Not just the relationship with your, with your love, with the person you love intimately, but I'm talking about the relationship with your friends, the relationship with, your boss or coworkers, your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your kids, and most importantly, the relationship with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a good relationship with yourself. And that's one thing that I'm starting to work on now, is having a good relationship with myself. So my relationship goal for me this week is to form a better relationship with myself. And that's already been one of my goals, but to reinforce that goal, and to stand up in it and to own it. You know what I'm saying? I love myself. My wife loves me too. And, I wouldn't have it any other way. So, all right, I think, wow. Whew, this is a long one. I think I'm going to wrap it up, folks. I do appreciate you listening if you have. If not, I get it. I understand it's a little bit long of a podcast, but, it was something that I really needed to say, something I really needed to get off my chest. And like I said, if you're listening to it, traveling across the country, listening to my podcast, good for you, man. Like and share it. Follow me on my social media. And I keep forgetting. Log on to my website at www.Deron, That's www.Deron.com. No, it's not Deron.com. Dumbass. It's DeronHarris.com. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. I love you guys. I would like to thank my wife, like I do every week, my mother, my best friend Jay, for all of those people for encouraging me to do my podcast. I'd like to thank my producer and the owner of the station, Gentry Thomas. Thank you, brother, man, for everything for the opportunity that you have given me, man. I'm extremely grateful for that. I wish all of you nothing but love and success. And I especially thank everybody who is listening, who has continued to listen, who has just started listening, and who has listened and have stopped listening. I thank and love you all. Thank you very, very much for giving me this platform. And that is episode 30, y'all, in the books. I'm Deron Harris. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.